Konami is on to me. Look, they have banned Pacifist in this festival, but that does not mean that we can't play a water deck. Let's go.
Have you deciphered the secret code?
Welcome to another video, and today Konami is having a new festival. But in this festival, you're only allowed to play Beast Warriors and Insects and Lizards. I don't really understand the theme, but Maxi is still legal, and all the water monsters, it's slim pickings, alright? So this is, if you want to play water, this is probably the best water deck. And I know this looks like an all-wind hand, but trust me, we got water cards coming. And this is a going second deck, so we're going to make our opponents go first. Opponent's going to summon Lyrilusk. This is a very powerful winged beast monster deck. In this festival specifically, it is very strong, because it can OTK going second, and going first it can make very difficult to deal with board. So let's see if we can get through the Lyrilusk's opponent. We're going to fast forward their turn. Now, one thing about going second is you got to watch your opponent's wombo combo. So if you don't like watching your opponent's wombo combo, then, maybe this isn't the deck for you. But, if you go first, opponent gets the wombo combo too, so, you can't really escape it. Opponent, what are you doing? They are setting up a lot of birds, making the Robin with a 54% win rate and passing. All right, so all of these monsters have effects that they get from the materials that they have, their XZ materials. So who knows what they do? This one can't be targeted. This one has an effect. They can quick effect detach a material, and then their monsters can't be destroyed, and they take no battle damage. So this one's a problem, all right? This one's going to stop us from being able to wipe their field. But luckily, we got the forbidden technology, forbidden droplet. So let's show off the Ancient Warriors. Drawing the Dark Hole is pretty sweet. This is actually very amazing. All right, let's go. Let's start with the Dark Hole. Opponent, going to activate their Lyrilusk assembled to detach to protect their monsters from being destroyed. But luckily, we got the answer. The Forbidden Droplet. And because we have this spell still on the chain, we can send the Dark Hole. We can send it to the graveyard to negate. Negate. Wipe the field. Now, I think these are going to float. Yeah, sending back to hand. Okay. All right, now, it is time. We activate our Pendulum Scales. I'm just kidding. These are Ancient Warrior spells. Ancient Warrior continuous spells. This one lets us special summon a monster from our hand, an Ancient Warrior monster. So we're going to special summon the Loyal Guanyan. And because of the other one, all right, this one, when you special summon or normal summon an Ancient Warrior, you search for a differently named one. So now we get to search our deck for the best Ancient Warrior. The water one. That's right. This is why it's a water deck, all right? This card is so good that Konami limited it to 1 in this festival, but it's searchable. There's so many ways to search it. You can search it with like 12 cards in this deck, so you only need one singular copy and you're almost guaranteed to get it. Now this deck also quite cheap to build, so stick around till the end. I'll show you how to build this deck in a cheap way for the festival. Have a lot of fun, but next, let's show off how you deal with your opponent. We're gonna search for the Ancient Warrior Rebellious. This one just special summons itself if you have an Ancient Warrior. It's amazing. There you go, free summon. Now, link Shokan into the Ancient Warrior Oath. Add the Ancient Warrior Valiant Zongdae to hand. We're going to special summon him. And we're going to get to battle an opponent. If this is not an answer, you're in big trouble. 16, 3,200, 3,300 lethal damage with the Ancient Warriors. But this deck doesn't just go second, all right? It also goes first. Let's go on to the next game. All right, if you like this sort of video, make sure to subscribe. I'll have more watery decks in the future. Opponent, making us go first. How rude is that? All right, we want to go second, but a lot of people are playing go second decks in this festival, so you got to be ready to go first. Fire Formation Tanky searches our combo starter. So we got 3 Tankies. Well, hold on a second. I added the Graceful Zhao's Gong to hand. Why did I do that? Well, you'll find out. All right, we're going to normal summon it. We're going to send. That's right. We sent the Fire Formation to the graveyard to get our Ancient Warrior Saga, Deception and Betrayal. There you go. So now with this Ancient Warrior on the field, we can send a continuous spell, add an Ancient Warrior spell. We're just filtering, all right? We're going to Ancient Warrior also, I just want to point out, all right? This boy also water. Also water. We're going to play one of him. Now we get our Saga. We're going to activate it. Special summon the Ancient Warrior, Savage Dawn Ying from hand, since we already had it in hand. This one is very good because it makes opponent play 400 damage. He's the taxman. Every time they activate an effect, 400 life points. When he's summoned, activate his effect. Search for the Ancient Warrior, Valiant Zhangde. This one is the one that special summons itself if you have 2 Ancient Warriors. So it's very easy to extend out. So you see they all kind of search or special summon themselves for free. Now we're going to link 2 into the Ancient Warrior Oath. And I'm only playing 1 of this. If you want to play it optimally, you probably want to play 3 of this guy because he's really good. But we're playing 1 because the budget version. Let's search for the Rebellious Lu Feng. You're definitely going to want to have 1 of him. Special summon. Set the Twin Twisters. And there you go. That is our going first board. We got Pop with the Ancient Warrior Rebellious. Once per turn main phase, quick effect Pop. We got the Taxman. Every time their opponent activates an effect, they're paying 400 life points. And we got a bounce with the Ancient Warrior Oath. We can send a card from our hand or field to the graveyard. Bounce a card on the field. And we also have this set Twin Twisters. There's a lot of back row in this festival, so that's why I'm playing triple Twin Twisters. And even though Max C is legal, the cockroach is an insect playable in this event. I am not playing it because opponents, they're playing a lot of decks that do normal summons. I'm seeing Flounderies. I'm seeing Yosenju. They'll never special summon a monster. So Max C often dead. That's why we're playing Twin Twisters instead. Opponent paying the taxman. They're playing Simorg, but they got to pay the taxes. Where art thou? Searching for a Lyrilusk. I see a lot of Lyrilusk in this event, but that's okay. Opponent summoning more Lyrilusks, making themselves pay life points. We're gonna wait, and now we're gonna bounce. We're gonna bounce. We're gonna pop. Make it so they only have 1 monster on the field. Send it back to hand. Pop the other Lyrilusk. Opponent activating to banish. Making them pay the taxes. Opponent paying more taxes. Paying their taxes. Paying more taxes. 2 Monster Reborn. Oh my goodness. Opponent is stealing our monster. Very rude. Very rude, opponent. Linking into the Tri Brigade. Is opponent gonna wombo combo us? Maybe we're in trouble, right? They are paying their taxes. They already paid half their life point in taxes, but they're still comboing. Opponent summoning a Lyrilusk, making the Bird of Sovereignty. This is actually quite frightening, but opponent's still paying their taxes. As long as they don't commit tax fraud, I think we're okay. Lyrilusk summoning another Lyrilusk, summoning another Lyrilusk. Oh my goodness, they had so many Lyrilusks on the field, but opponent finally realizing the taxes were too much, and they are done. Wow, that was close. That was clutch. Let's go on to the next game. Alright, I actually had quite a lot of fun playing this deck in the festival. I know what you're saying. Hey, wait a minute. You said you had no Max C, but you're playing Max C. That's right. It was in there, but it got cut. I was trying it out. Found I didn't like the Max C, so he got cut. This deck actually quite fun, though. I might try a version of this in regular rank ladder. If you want to see that, let me know. Because Ancient Warriors, technically water. Opponent playing snakes. Let's activate the Max C. Opponent not letting us draw with the Max C. They're setting a monster face down. Alright. Well, we draw some Ancient Warriors. Let's normal summon the Ancient Warrior Virtuous. Now this one, if you're going second and opponent makes a wide board, this one's activatable, but the rest of the time, he is just a 1400 attack monster that has Ancient Warrior in his name, and it's normal summonable. So he's kind of the weaker version of our starter. Let's link 2 into the Ancient Warrior Oath. We're going to add the Rebellious 2-hand. Now Rebellious can pop a card, but he can only pop face-up monsters, not face-down. So we got to just smork into this. Get smorking. Black Mamba down. Rebellious down. And you saw how we made this board with a not 100% optimal hand, because you want to be able to get the water starter that lets you search and does all your combo plays, extensions, and all that, but we still made a pretty solid board. Let's set our negate. We got pop, we got bounce, we got negate. Opponent. Water Lily sending a snake to the graveyard. Summoning their Ogdogaic Overlord. And this is an issue, because this card says quick effect, send all monsters from the field to the graveyard except face-up monsters special summoned from the graveyard. That means our entire board is going to get sent to the graveyard. Opponent. Let's pop it. Let's pop it, but opponent, quick effect activating. We are forced to negate here. Otherwise, we're going to lose our entire board. Negate. Lucky imperm here to save us. Now, there is a negate in this deck that is searchable. I'll show it off later. Opponent, Night Sword Serpenting. Tributing it to special summon their Ogdagayak from the graveyard, which also lets us special summon a monster from our graveyard, but it's negated. This guy, the Ingenious, lets us send a face-up Ancient Warrior continuous spell to negate a continuous a spell effect, a spell trap effect. And he can also do the same thing to negate a monster effect, but only if we have a specifically named Ancient Warrior on the field. I don't understand the lore. There's probably a lore reason for that. But he's negated, so he's not negating anything. Opponent adding the field spell to hand. And this one says that if their reptiles destroyed by battle or card effect, they get to target a card we control, send it to the graveyard. So they're going to get rid of our Ancient Warriors by crashing their own monsters into us. Let's not let that happen. Opponent, go into battle. Let's bounce it back to hand. It's going to get banished because of its effect. Left the field. Alright, opponent special summoning another snake. Giving us back Max C to hand. Activating to special summon. There we go. Special summoning again. We're not going to activate the Max C. And opponent is done. Alright. Alright. Now it's time to show off the power of Ancient Warriors. Ancient Warrior Saga. Tribute summon. Search for the Valorous. The Valorous. Valiant. Dang Zang. That's probably wrong. Zhang Day. Are these named after real people? I don't know. Let's discard Max C to bounce their card to hand. Special summon the Warrior. Get in for easy lethal damage. Ancient Warriors beating snakes. This is based on a real historical event. Let's go on to the next game. Alright, so sometimes you have an amazing hand, and sometimes you have a bit of a clunky hand. We got the Ancient Warrior Saga. Opponent firing off the Max C. That's right. We already talked about Max C. I don't know why Konami doesn't ban this card, but it continues to live, even in the festivals. Now, this is the Ancient Warrior spell that lets us search an Ancient Warrior. So we're going to normal summon the Graceful. This one is the one that gets special summon. Target an Ancient Warrior, spell trap. Oh, no, sorry. This is the one that searches. Yeah, searches. So we can search for a different Ancient Warrior spell trap. We get to search here for our Masterful. We're going to tag out our spell to get the Ancient Warrior Saga Deception and Betrayal. Look at, I kind of like these cards just because the art is pretty fun, alright? Historical Ancient Warriors, alright? And we're going to pass because we're going first, alright? Now, we could Ancient Warrior, summon our Ancient Warrior, and set up some negates. But sometimes I'm worried that, you go too wide, you get disrupted, and then you have no follow-up plays. So we're holding this guy in hand to do plays on our next turn. Maybe that is a mistake, but this guy we only got one of, so we got to be real careful with him. Opponent negating our monster, and oh no, opponent is also playing Ancient Warriors. Alright, now I was feeling kind of safe because I have this guy in hand. Alright, he says when our Ancient Warrior monster battles, we can special summon this from the hand, make their monster lose 1,000 attack points. So that was why we were feeling safe, but maybe we should not have felt safe. Opponent doing it to us. Alright, their Ancient Warrior, searching the Ancient Warrior. Let's see how our opponent does it. Let's negate. Alright, opponent sending to search. Negate. We also negate the Fire Formation Tenki, but that's not doing too much right now. Opponent summoning the Savage. The Savage is summoned. How did our opponent do this? Alright. It looked like they banished this from the graveyard. That's right. They sent it to the graveyard, and when this card is sent from the spell trap zone to the graveyard, they can special summon an Ancient Warrior from the hand. So you summon, you search with the Ancient Warrior, and then you send to special summon. That's pretty cool. Alright, I didn't even know about that trick. Opponent is the Ancient Warrior Master. Opponent trying to send our monster back to the hand, but it's negated. They're summoning the Ancient Warrior. They had the other one in hand. They're popping our monster. We got no monsters. That means we can't summon the Ancient Warrior from the hand. And opponent has easy lethal on us. Oh my goodness. We got Ancient Warriored. Well, you know what? Respect to the opponent. They knew it. They knew how to do the plays. Let's go on to the next game. Alright. On to the next game. We got Lightning Storm. We got Fire Formation Tenki, but our opponent made us go first, which means we got to try and set up some negates or some interaction. Let's get the Ancient Warrior Virtuous. And let's pass. Now, I showed you earlier that you can set up some negates, you can set up a solid board going first, so maybe that's the right play. But other times, you set up a board, you get, hit by the board wipe, and you die, and you have no follow-up play. So we're just going to hold his hand, hope our opponent can't get lethal on us, and we'll see how it goes. Opponent playing Lyralust Trapagate. They're going to Wombo Combo Summon, but can they get us? Can they get us? Opponent, we're Outflowing, because if opponent can't get us, we're going to get them. Lightning Storm plus our Ancient Warriors, they're going to be done for. Opponent summoning. Oh no. Assembled Nightingale. This card can attack for each material that it has. So that means if it has 5 materials, it can attack 5 times. And that means with this field spell, Backup Rider, it's going to gain 1500. Oh, it's not even a field spell, just a normal spell. It's going to gain 1500 attack, have, 2700 attack, and that is 5 times lethal. So opponent got us. All right, they got us. They got us with lethal damage. You know what? That's okay. We've learned. All right, we've learned. We're going to set up a board. We're going to learn, and we're going to go on to the next game. All right, let's go. All right, we're learning. We've done everything. We've learned all the skills. Opponent going first. They're playing Lyralusk, and you're going to see a lot of Lyralusk, all right? It's just the way the festival is. Lyralusk for days. But it doesn't mean you give up. Opponent making the Nightingale. All right. Now, Nightingale, this one quick effect, detach. Their monsters can't be destroyed. They take no battle damage. So how do we deal with this, all right? Opponent activating it in standby phase. We have no way to stop it. But we believe, all right? This guy special summons himself for free if only opponent controls a monster. He's like Cyber Dragon. We're going to summon 2 more Ancient Warriors. Summon the Rebellious. Summon the starter, the water guy. Masterful. Now we're going to activate him, alright? We're going to activate Masterful. Activate Masterful to pop their monster, but it can't be destroyed by battle. Why did we do that? Because the water guy says that if you activate another Ancient Warrior effect, you can target a monster opponent controls, return to the hand. So this guy can't be destroyed, but he can be returned to the hand. So let's special summon the Ancient Warrior, and I've learned my lesson, alright? We're not going to just leave our board with no interaction for our opponent's turn. Let's search for the Ancient Warrior. Let's go to battle. We can attack, but opponent, they protected themselves from this damage this turn, so that's not going to do anything. Let's go main phase 2. Let's link. Make the Ancient Warrior Oath. Search for an Ancient Warrior card. Get the special summoning Ancient Warrior Saga. Activate it. Special summon the Taxman from the hand. Now opponent's got to pay their taxes. Opponent, we got the Taxman. Taxman going to search for an Ancient Warrior Saga 3 visits. So now we got the Saga to search for more Ancient Warrior monsters next turn. We got the Taxman. We got Bounce to hand. We got Pop during the main phase. So much interaction. Let's activate, because we haven't even activated Masterful's effect to search yet. We're going to send that card to the graveyard to search for the Ancient Warrior Ingenious. And when he's searched to hand, he special summons himself for free. And this boy is a Spell Trap Negate. So we have Spell Trap Negate, we have Bounce to hand, we have Pop, and we have the Taxman. Look at this. What an amazing board. And our monsters are all boosted. We're going to search for another Ancient Warrior, but we're not even going to use it. But if opponent tries to attack us, we got a hand trap. This guy special summons himself and reduces their monster's attack. This is epic, alright? This is an accurate historical battle when the Ancient Warriors fought the birds. Opponent activating Jack in the hand. They are going to search for a bird, but they realize they're paying the Taxman, and they don't want to pay their taxes, and they are going to surrender. Let's go on to one more game. Alright, one final game with the Ancient Warriors. Opponent setting the old T-set pass, except, opponent, you got a T-set with your center card in the center. Alright, let's draw. Dark Hole. Let's wipe it. Wipe the back row. And are we going to wipe their monster? You know what? No, because we got Ancient Warrior Guan Yun, who's going to summon himself for free. Summon himself for free, activate the fire formation, search for the Ancient Warrior starter, start the plays with the water card. We don't even need Dark Hole. We're going to send to the graveyard, get the Taxman, activate the Saga, special summon the Taxman, search for the Ancient Warrior, send their monster back to the hand, summon him because we have 2 or more Ancient Warriors, summon the Ancient Warrior Oath, search for the big boss, the Rebellious, and we're going to lead the Rebellion right now with lethal damage. Ancient Warrior going second, 1-turn kill. Love to see it. Let's go on to the deck list. Alright, so here is my budget Ancient Warriors deck, and you can see I'm not even playing a full extra deck because, you know, if you want to play this deck properly, just get multiple copies of the Ancient Warrior Oath. So we left space to add more copies of him. But other than that, you know, you don't really need the extra deck. This is the only real monster we were making. Now, we can do Zodiac Dryden. If you have 2 level 4s, you can just make the Tiger Mortar. No, not Tiger Mortar. Where's the one that you make? This guy. Chakanine. 2 level 4 monsters. You just summon him. Then you just, you know, XZ rank up, and then you make a Trident. Start popping your opponent's cards. But, you know, you don't need to do that. And so if you don't have that, the only UR in the extra deck is Ancient Warrior Oath. You can just play this, and that's it. In the main deck, we also only have 1 core UR. It's the Ancient Warrior Rebellious. Now, if you want to play this deck for real, you play 3 copies of this guy. But you only need 1 because it's searchable. All the Ancient Warrior cards search very easily. So we're playing 1 UR in extra, 1 UR in the main. And let's go through the rest of the deck, alright? We got the 1 Masterful. We got the 1 Graceful. We got triple Virtuous. We got 1 Ingenious. We got the Fearsome at 3. We got the Ancient Warrior Savage. This is the Taxman. We got triple Ancient Warrior Loyal. This one is the Cyber Dragon. We got the Valiant. This one is pretty good for doing extension plays because he summons himself for free if you have 2 Ancient Warriors. Maybe you want to play more of this guy, but he is, like I said, they're all searchable, so this one's pretty good. We got 2 copies of Godarla. We got the Ancient Warrior Ambitious. Now, Ambitious, this one is, you know, you kind of have to summon it with the field spell, but he's pretty good. If a card is destroyed by battle or card effect, your opponent's card, you can send another card from your hand or field to graveyard to special summon it, and then, you know, when he destroys opponent's monsters, you can special summon their monsters. So he lets you steal your opponent's monsters, but, you know, he's not what we're going for most of the time. He doesn't summon himself for free. You do have to pop stuff, so he's just there as extra. He's extra fluff. And then the Rebellious, we already talked about him. And most of the rest of the deck, alright, is Searchers and Stolen Second cards. So we got 2 Dark Holes. We got 1 Regeki. You know, mix these up if you have different ratios. You could also just play triple Dark Hole. We got the Harpy Feather Duster. We got the Lightning Storm. We got 1 Small World. This does let you search. All the Ancient Warriors are pretty easily searched with Small World. You can get your Masterful that way. We also have triple Fire Formation Tenki. Searches all the level 4s. We got triple Saga. We got triple Deception and Betrayal. We got triple Twin Twisters. I talked about this. We got the Forbidden Droplet. We got triple Imperm. I'll go through my extra deck. We got Tiger Mortar. We got Trident. We got Bravo. We got Hammer Kong. We got Chakanine. We got a Fire Feeding Duromedal. The 1 Oath. We got Farajay, who I never made. And the Desperate Doom Eagle. I hope you liked today's video. Thanks for watching. This is probably the most watery deck you can build in this event. If there's a more watery deck, you let me know. Hope you liked the video, and I'll see you next time. Have a good night.